Hi, my name is Kelsey Mead, and this is my Building Leadership Practicum e-portfolio. My married name as of a week ago is Kelsey Sulia, so you may see that on some things as well. This is my page on candidate info. My professional goals are to obtain an assistant principal, then principal, and maybe even someday a superintendent position. I'd like to develop and improve the math curriculum and assessment process at my current school, Aspen View Academy. I want to work with the district to influence state and national policies on assessments and how to appropriately assess student knowledge and teacher instruction. And lastly, I want to learn more about virtual schools in my area and how being an administrator plays into those schools. This is an interest of mine that I would like to explore further. My personal goals are to grow my family by having and raising children, travel to more places around the world, take time to read, relax, and do things for myself. In 2 years, I see myself as an assistant principal, either at my current school or at a school in the area. In 5 years, I see myself as a principal of a school. At this point, I could also see myself working towards getting my doctorate degree in something to do with educational leadership. And in 10 years, I see myself either working towards being a superintendent of a school district or working at the state level to help bring the best education possible to all students across the state. Next, we have my philosophy of education, which outlines how I best believe that students can access the education presented to them, as well as how I feel as a future administrator that I can help grow, mentor, guide, and coach the staff that I will be working with, along with the importance of working together with the community, the parents, and all of the stakeholder groups to ensure that the educational experience is great for the students that we are teaching. My philosophy is to change lives and make a difference, which can be achieved daily by being an educator for our students. After my philosophy of education, we have my plan of study. I did complete the master's program in a year and a half, so a little bit quicker than normal. You will see all of the courses filled in here and the semester that I took them. And lastly, we have my resume, which outlines my education, which includes getting my master's in December. I graduated in December of 2011 from Fort Hays State University with my bachelor's in elementary education. I am licensed to teach kindergarten through 6th grade in the state of Colorado. And then I have my work experience as well, with the most recent being math coordinator and 504 coordinator at Aspen View Academy in Castle Rock, Colorado. My math coordinator responsibilities include ensuring consistency through kindergarten through 8th grade math curriculum, analyzing math data, preparing math manipulatives tubs for every teacher and every grade level, coaching and mentoring teachers with math instruction, and 504 coordinator responsibilities include writing 504 plans, evaluating students, working with parents and teachers and understanding the legalities surrounding the 504 plans, ensuring that students are receiving the accommodations needed, and district training and compliance. I have also been a 5th grade teacher and middle school math teacher at Aspen View Academy, as well as a 5th grade lead teacher and instructional aide at Cheyenne Mountain Charter Academy. I was also the head junior varsity cheerleading coach at Sand Creek High School. My additional experience includes NWEA MAP, iReady, and state standardized assessments, summer camp program leader, lunch and recess supervisor, correction of reading disabilities tutor, and I have 7 years of Spanish language coursework and a basic proficiency of Spanish language. I have done several professional developments, workshops, and trainings, being the presenter at my school. These are the honors and associations that I am a part of or that I have acquired, and then my references as well. For my activity level, at the elementary level, these are the documents and videos and scans that are supporting all the different things that I was able to do at the elementary level while I was getting my master's. I thought that this was a great way to showcase a few of the things that were really important at the elementary level. The first one is the Aspen View Academy Unified Improvement Plan, which is a very lengthy document that I worked on putting together. I was a part of the data team at my school, which was comprised of a representative from each grade level, a representative from our literacy team, our special education team, and an administrative person was on the data team as well. And we all kind of brought a different perspective to the data team and were able to analyze the data and determine root causes for the scores that we were seeing. This was our first time as a school receiving state standardized scores because we were a brand new school. So we wanted to be sure that we could implement a program that was going to help increase those scores in math and writing. That was our focus. And we wanted to be sure that it was something that the teachers could easily transition to and was very clear and outlined well. So there is that. After that, we have a document from Prospect Ridge Academy, which is a school in our area who is also using Singapore Math. Here's that. They came and presented a training for us. They have been using Singapore Math for quite a few years, more than we have. They have created assessments that tie to Singapore Math and the state standards to be able to see where their students are as at different times in the year. It was a great opportunity for us to hear from them, and I also had the opportunity to go to their school and observe them teaching math and ask them questions, and it really offered me a lot of new insights in my new role as math coordinator. Our January 5th Professional Development Day plan included a Singapore Math training as well as Capturing Kids' Hearts training, which is our character and culture program that we use with the students. One of my graduate classes was the educational research class, in which I wrote a educational research proposal on the effectiveness of using the Teach OK method for mathematics content retention. This is my entire paper, my methodology, my literature review, in which I reviewed 20 different sources, my consent form that I would give to the participants, and then just a basic outline of what my topic was, my research questions, and how I was going to analyze the data. The summer of 2015, I attended a conference led by Staff Development for Educators. The conference was on both Singapore Math and on technology integration into the classroom. I also helped in developing the school schedule for all of the grade levels. This is our schedule from kindergarten all the way up through 8th grade. We are focusing on math and reading and flooding into the classrooms with paraprofessionals and math and reading coordinators to better help support the students and the teachers. So we really had to be sure that the math and the reading times did not overlap so that those people could flood in and help support the teachers. I also created a testing schedule for kindergarten through 8th grade, in which we are testing and administering the assessment called iReady. It's a new program that we're trying out this year. I am also the lead of the vertical math team, and this is our vertical scope and sequence that I have created. It is an ongoing document that we are going to add to and change as we have more meetings with the vertical team. We've just established that, so this is our starting point. I'm looking forward to add to it in the future. I also led a Singapore Math Family Resource Night, which is new to our school this year. We want to involve the community and the parents more. So I explained what was Singapore Math, what their students were learning, and how they could best support their students. In one of my trainings, I went over Singapore Math expectations, what the teachers would be expected to be doing during a lesson of Singapore Math. And another big part of my job is para support and training and ensuring that they are successful when they are flooding into the classrooms for math and for reading. After that, we have the documentation for secondary. The first two documents are a activity that I was able to do for one of my classes, in which we were given about 20 different items that would be on a principal's to-do list, and we had to prioritize them into high, medium, and low priority, and then we had to discuss how we are going to address those. So after we prioritized them, were we going to respond with an email? Was it an all-staff meeting? Was it a newsletter home? And how that was going to affect the students and the teachers. I thought this was a great activity for me as a future administrator to really see the vast amount of things that are on an administrator's to-do list and how you prioritize them, given the background information that was given as well, knowing the scenario a little bit better, and how that was going to affect the students. After that, I have 2 case studies. One was from my cultural diversity class, and it was a case where we were put into the place of an administrator dealing with a sports coach, which is very likely to happen at the secondary level. And then the other one was for my educational leadership class, in which we were dealing with the case of a decision of who was accepted into the National Honor Society program and dealing with parents and teachers. Again, is a copy of the Unified Improvement Plan and how that related to our middle school program. I attended one of my school's board meetings in which they looked at hiring a new principal, as ours was fired in November, and then updates on adding building additions as our middle school continues to grow. I worked in helping to create the middle school schedule. This was a draft, as you can see the sticky notes all over. We wanted to ensure that the courses that we needed to offer for our middle school students were being offered. I created a middle school math expectations one-pager that I went over with our middle school math teachers, as well as a manipulatives list. As our middle school continues to grow, we want to ensure that they have the math manipulatives that they need. For new teacher training, we went over MAP assessments and instructional expectations. This was a great overview for the teachers that were new and what we were expecting them while they were teaching. After that, I have our district activities that I did. One of them was a compassion video that I put together with the help of parents that showed how our students have been compassionate in the district, in the state, in our community in various ways. It was presented at a whole school assembly, and it was a great way for the students to see their peers and their classmates and their teachers doing great things, showing compassion for others. After that, we have, let's see here, it's loading. But as you can see, it showcased so many different students across our school and the various things that they do both in school and out of school. It really showcased what they're passionate about and what they're doing to help others. And I was in charge of leading the whole school assembly, so that involved getting a guest speaker to come in and talk about compassion, showing this video, doing activities with the kids to keep them engaged, but things like that to show how we're showing compassion at a larger aspect than just at our school. I attended the March board meeting in which we looked at our state assessments and our principal search as well. Again, the staff development for educators conference that I attended and the technology integrations at a district level. As my role of 504 coordinator, I attended a district training on 504s and writing 504 plans. I attended a board meeting for a school district in our area as well, and it was interesting to see how that compared to the board meeting at my school. And then presentations for my own staff on 504s, as well as big picture, why are we doing what we do every day. That is a basic overview of my activities. This is my spreadsheet showing all of my activities and hours throughout my program. You can go back here. My bibliography included different articles that range from whole brain teaching, public relations, special education, data, and active learning, and teacher observations, and there's a brief summary of each of them, as well as my reflection that shows how I thought about the program, how those changed throughout, and how I've been able to really apply what I was learning in each of my classes to whatever position I was in, whether that would be a 5th grade math teacher where I started when I started the program to where I'm at now as a math coordinator, and how I want to help use those things that I've learned in my courses to help grow and mentor the teachers that I'm going to be working with in my future as an administrator. And lastly, we have my administrator's evaluation. He worked so closely with me during this process. We met weekly to go over what I was learning, to have discussions and bounce ideas off of each other. He has been a great help throughout this process and really helped guide and mentoring me to become the best administrator that I can be. So that is my overview of my Building Leadership Practicum e-portfolio. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to talking with you more. Thank you.